rate of perceived exertion, or RPE, is a subjective method that is used to help you measure the intensity of a workout based off of your heart rate, breathing patterns, and muscle fatigue. So the scale itself ranges from 0 to 10, with 0 being no effort at all and 10 being your max capacity. In order to achieve flow and get into that sweet spot or that flow channel, we want to be at a 6 or 7 on the RPE scale. Now again, this is a subjective measure and it's based off of your own perception, so my 6 is going to be different than your 6. And Firas Zahabi explains this beautifully on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I'll link that video down below in the description if you guys want to check it out. And for those of you who don't know who that is, he's one of the head trainers for UFC fighter George St. Pierre, who is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. But to sum up the video, basically what Firas is saying is that you should never feel sore after a workout. The idea is to play to your edge, but not push beyond it and risk burning yourself out. If you leave a little in the tank, then that sets you up to train again the next day and the next day and the day after that. But if your intention or your approach to your training is to always train at your max capacity every single day, which is impossible by the way, then you can't really sustain that level of training long term. Unfortunately, that kind of training comes at a cost. Ask any world-renowned bodybuilder or CrossFitter and they will tell you the same. In fact, they will show you with their bodies how beat up and destroyed they are. But you know, for them, sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. Now, I know how addicting that sore feeling can be. I know a lot of people always go into their workouts hoping to feel sore the next day. But contrary to popular belief, soreness isn't an indication of whether or not you had a good workout. Soreness usually occurs when you're brand spanking new to a training program, when you've changed your training program and you start hitting different muscle fibers in your body, or when you increase the intensity of a particular program. It's okay to train hard, but if it's at the cost or the expense of training smart, then that's going to do more damage than good. With that being said, if you are trying to build muscle and you are just focusing on hypertrophy, then this whole concept of RPE doesn't necessarily apply to you, because you do sometimes want to train to failure. But even then, you don't want to be doing that every single day. As Firas says, it's consistency over intensity.